Hello, replay viewer. Thank you for connecting. I am Ami, broadcasting from Far East Japan. I have beautiful, sunny, hot summer Wednesday here in Far East. So it's a little behind schedule, but I'd like to share some idea of identifying energy using the wisdom from where I came from, which is country of Japan, to learn about how we can identify non-physical, invisible energy as an energy. So once we become aware of it, it can be usable for our bettering consciously. So I use the word as a tool. So let's say the key energy word to learn how we can identify non-visible energy through Japanese cultural idea. So I learned that Twitter live, perhaps this device is some apps are draining the battery and remaining only like 15% while I was preparing, so something like wow. So if I lose you at the middle of the live, and please go check the YouTube or Twitch if you have an account with Twitch or YouTube. Please join me for live or replay. I'm gonna post the link after the live under this Twitter live video, but please do so. Come and join if you lose me here. Hi Mel, happy Wednesday. I was just mentioning about this. For some reason that when I was preparing, this particular device is so draining a battery. So I may lose you here. So please move to YouTube if I lose you here in YouTube, the Twitter. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, thank you. So this is the word key energy. If you're familiar with this Reiki, if you're a healer, it's the modality of the healing. Or Tai Chi or Qigong, these are the Chinese modality. Actually, this character is from China, and then going to went to different countries, and Japan is also using this Chinese character and pronounced as a little different as ki. So if you find this Chinese character pronounced as ki, that's something related to Japanese culture, like Reiki, Ki for a karate practitioner. And then if you pronounce as a chi, as qigong, tai chi, and then that is based on Chinese modality. Both something to do with this ki energy. So the way to use the energy or to connect the energy for a conscious creation. And I chose, there's so many combination using this energy word for Japanese, not so much in Chinese. And that's the interesting point, that this indicates the unique way of the people in Japan, how relate to this non-physical energy. It's quite a unique way. It's like islander mentality kind of way to identify the energy uniquely. So even if we using this, the character came from China, absolutely different way that Chinese uses the relatedness to the energy. So that's the confusing part of Chinese people who's learning Japanese. It's like, gee, how come this Japanese uses so many chi word? Because they don't use that. the way to relate to energy is quite different. So I chose the Japanese word that absolutely manageable for personal power, which is the attention to choose and direct. Some energy related is more universe related, let's say like the universe itself or the weather, or these are also relationship with the key. But somewhat we required more collective energy to reflect and direct for that type of energy as a field energy. So here is the 7 basic word that individually we can absolutely manage. When we become aware of it, it become a tool. So let's pick the word, and each Wednesday I'm picking one word to share some idea that how we can noticing this non-physical energy for everyday activity, since everything is made of energy. So once we become aware of that, it can be usable. So Mel, can you help me picking the word for this week's between 1 to 7, please? Can you pick the number, helping me to pick the word of this week, keyword? 6. Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is the word for this week. Comb. I think I'm losing here. Comb. Comb. The meaning of root. So the root energy. Comb ki. Root energy. What does that mean? This is about consistent. This is a good one. Consistent, discipline, and rooting the energy for our action to build the discipline and to follow through doing it until it really rooting the energy of our intention. So that's what the meaning of kon ki. Kon ki. So let's check what I wrote here for kon ki. Kon ki. Kon ki. Yeah, we use it as an let's do that. We must do it as a good konki. Well konki. Invite in the well konki to accomplish the goal. Usually we use it as that dedication to particular creation requiring more than one time. That's what we know from my experience. So we suspect that it will take more than a little bit of dedication. So more than many times means like a discipline to really like piece by piece by piece, just like a jigsaw puzzle, to piece by piece by piece, and then just doing it with root energy, konki, good konki to dedicate. So here is the discipline, patient, and perseverance, persistent, continue dedication, continuous dedication, rooting energy. So the first energy center with the konki, actually konki is the root is really a root chakra. The first energy center, color red, the red. And then to go with this really, first energy center is about the survival, safety, foundation, building foundation to solid, creative foundation is continue basics, fundamental. So it's good to ideal to dedicate or going back to the basics, reminding to go back to the basics and to reminding and then to enhancing, maintaining the basics, the foundation with that's really good too. Even when we create for furthermore with the good konki, it's always good to coming back to the root chakra, basic sure food to making sure that continuous maintaining the foundation. So that's what the konki with the root energy center. And then the second energy center color orange with konki might be continuous creation. Continuous creation. So this really requires discipline. And from my own experience as a creator of life or particular something, we can create something easily, perhaps. And then sometimes it's more and more and more, and then it becomes funny. Maybe this first sketch is good enough, but more to dedicate for creating, sometimes it gives a depth and the width and the deeper expression of what it is that creative self it's needed to be created. So continuous dedication to creation and piece by piece to combine together or integrate might become more depth, give a depth to that creation. I'm not saying just a one-time creation sometimes is good enough. It's like a fresh, and then that's one of the way to share the creativity, the freshness. But that's what continuous creation with the konki, the routine energy for creating something. And the third energy center with color yellow, solar plexus with konki is continuous life dedication, achievement, never give up type of to create will, desire, passion. That's the third energy center, ego, to create will to being aligned. So until then, never give up and then rooting the energy to becoming that person who is really resonating to that desired self. Maybe we need to build a skill, or maybe we need to expand our views or expanding some room to accepting, and that type of many different area, always a room to grow as a self, and that requires rooting energy to self, of course, the self-love, to get going with what we desire. That's what the third energy center with konki, never give up for what we desiring for. And the fourth energy center, heart chakra with konki, is continuous sharing, universal love, being part of oneness, phenomenons. So it's always good to be reminded that being part of unconditional love, even the group of people or a way to share the essence from us, to there is different, but it's important to finding a place to share in and caring, nurturing the unconditional love, and in a healthy way. So that's the growing the unity with rooting the energy for love, for the field energy of oneness. That's the fourth energy center, caring, nurturing. And then the fifth energy center, the throat chakra with Konki, is the continuous expression and communication. Never give up to expressing what we need to express. Like, well, they're not gonna understand what I was gonna share. So why bother? It's easy get discouraged to express when we are in the challenging environment. So that's the case. Finding another arena to expressing that same message, or to explore changing the way to express it. So that rooting is very important. Unless otherwise, the world around us never get a chance to what we are expressing. We are responsible to be expressing, and then our job is to finding the resonance. I think that's the continuous dedication to finding the root in the voice out our messages to connect to the world around us. That's what the Konki for self-expression authentically open. That's the fifth energy. Sixth energy, intellect, past, intellect, openness, intelligence, openness. So the idea maybe it's the unlimited resource available in the universe when we open to the channel and channeling the allow information to come, and then knowledge and intelligence expand and extend to dedicate to creation more possibility. So that continuous openness to learn and allow that to come, and then also integrate with our knowledge, experience, intellect to combine the energy for bettering. So unlimited intelligence, openness, and root into that universe. It's like it's quite a weird way to rooting out, normally rooting down, but channeling and then rooting down. So the channeling always open to the intellectual. Sorry, we lost you. So the intellectual energy, that's what the sixth energy center, color indigo, third eye. Okay. Hi, Mel. I'm sorry I lost you as I suspected. I think it's still open, but device is dead. So let me go share this to Twitter. Forget it. It's a big so okay. So the last one is the seventh energy center, crown chakra, color purple. It's about the divine higher self and life purpose with Kong key, root energy is continuous divine union. So that reminding that not alone in here, and we are connected to something more than what we think. It's more of divine, whatever the universe connection, whatever you name it, called God or universe or whatever that is larger scale of energetic field. So that union, we are always connected as an rooting to the Mother Earth, perhaps, and then energetically, we are one energy connecting. So divineness and knowing that we are always supported no matter what. That knowingness, the energy of going with the root energy for our life creation as an life path. Sometimes the going up and down and stiff, some challenges, or inner roadblocks or outer roadblocks that, wow, this is unbelievable to overcoming this. It's impossible. All these challenges, like on the path, it could be a lesson. Sometimes it's very hard, but everything can be lessons to grow and one with divine. And we are at the cutting edge of time and space in this physical body. And this physical body experience has a limitation. So as a attention, as a person to give attention. And consciousness is everywhere. So oneness. It's the crown chakra, divine consciousness. So individual, one life per person's attention, unique desire is very limited. So knowing that divine and this time space physical experience on Mother Earth is such a precious experience. Just a blink of our eyes, even if it feels sometimes it's forever. But life is very precious, and infinite love and light is forever infinite. But our life experience as a human being, as a person with this given name and family name has a limitation. So let us enjoy with reminding that being part of divine union, and then we can connect to our life path with conscious participation with discipline. Never give up. So that's what the konki. And again, konki is the discipline, patient. It's like sometimes this life is feels slower than more than expected something or event to come soon, or ourselves becoming that self soon. In case of me, it's like, God damn it, how come it's not happening yesterday? It's too slow sometimes. But being patient to dedicate life and to create becoming. There's an earthy timing. Earth has its unique timing, and I feel myself is having a hard time to connect into the Mother Earth's rhythm and connection to that particular, the rhythm. And then also, I feel as it's changing, periodically becoming slower, my perception also, but quicker, So, and then that journey on earth needing the dedication to even the microwave makes the cooking faster, but slow life is authentic way sometimes. But think about that. The pace of our everyday life becomes so faster with the technology. Speed is becoming faster in some level. So we can accomplish so many things during this earthy lifetime. So it's a great time to live at this point, I think. And routine energy. So routine energy basically with our life is to sure-foot it, knowing what the earthy factuality is, and building the foundation that gives us a safety, basic needs, like a Maslow's hierarchy, the foundation. Now we need a Wi-Fi underneath of the hierarchy, but food, basic food, and nurturing one another, care in the minimum foundation to building it according to life stage changes, the communities and families and sense of self, healthy body. It's like a root of our life. It's connected to the third energy center, coming back to self-love, listening to self-needs, and then building the root energy for each chakra. It would be a good idea to strengthen and enjoy life more aligned to our heart of the matter. So thank you for joining. And let's pick the 2 words with this konki. Put it in here. Konki to this aspect. Balance. The heart chakra. Balance. Balancing konki with the heart. So I would say that heart of the matter, in case of me, is I am so passionate about what I really want to create, for example, or share. And then lack of having balance and just too excited about doing things. And then next day was like, not so much anymore. The fire is up and then down next day. But to do with calm, ki, until it really comes down to the earthy reality. I think it is very important to balancing out the heart, the passion also, caring and love. And, loving so much today and then the next day, not that much. That is not so ideal because the earth life requires the patient, the rooting your heart of the matter, caring, loving, to grow with the balancing of konki to the heart of the matter. That's what I take for this heart chakra with konki in balance. So, would you like to pick the reminder word, Mel, for this week? Energy word, keyword. I will pick the one for you if you're open, Mel. Are you here still, perhaps? It's very hot. Or maybe I lost Mel. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. All right, so let me pick the card for you. Sorry. Wavy. Maybe I'm gonna pick one for you this week. So I get this for you. Ta? Isn't this something? Konki. This konki. So the synchronistically this week is like really being patient and continuous dedication, never giving up on what we are dedicating to the heart of the matter for the next goal. Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you for posting, Mel. So you also got konki. So this week's theme seems to be the being patient, continuous dedication until we get it. So I'm gonna pick that for you. Being patient, konki, and go with this. Top yellow, flexible. So the flexible yellow, third energy center, sense of self, will, power, choose to decide, self-esteem, healthy ego, desire. So let's say the konki, dedication, continuous dedication with the flexibility, with the sense of self. So I think that it could be good to be reminded that your goal seems to be the same. Not the seems to be, need to be the same, but the way to approaching it can be flexible. So they being open to the idea of there is another way to reach that goal. Maybe detouring, but sometimes detouring would give us more rich experience and to fulfilling when we get to that destination. So that flexibility is the power, and it comes to the konki, and it becomes harder to dedicate on and on and how long do I need to participating, dedicating this committed, creation. And then being flexible about the way to connect. So maybe changing the tempo or the frequency or, some other way to continue that dedication, creation, continuation, new way, being flexible would be key to staying that root building energy, konki, when the patient becoming like fragile and want to back to that healthy way of rooting the energy for continuous action, being flexible. So give yourself a permission to be okay to change the tempo, frequency, the way to do it, be it, showing up, to create, or to connect, to relate. So that could be a secret to get going with routine energy for your creation. Thanks for allowing. So konki with this self-esteem is such an important reminder, I think, because the something for good for ourselves, and it's not that so much to do with others, like strength in our body or dieting, nutrition changes, or building the physical muscle, or making us a flexible body, or training, learning some languages. These are the things that one dedication to really getting the destination, the goal that you chose to be in align with. And there isn't always like, no more, no more. So we got to treat ourselves well to navigate our energy with the continuous dedication to align. So once you achieve that particular goal requiring that type of journey, let's say like the second language, for example, and then it's easier to learn the third and fourth language because you know how you're going to navigate your continuous konki, good konki, to mastering that, to becoming that, and experience the goal with the flexibility. And then so as weight loss or healthy nutrition, or something that we would like to build or regain or defining ourselves. It's more of connecting to the world around us, but connecting to self, our mind, body, and spirit, and then dedication. So that is needing a flexibility. That's a secret to that, I think, through my own experience. Yay. Well, thank you for coming here, Mel, moving from Twitter to YouTube. I must prepare this device for Twitter better before starting it. I thought it's enough battery left before starting it, but when I'm preparing for it, somewhat the apps are draining, like background is and then doing something, and I was like, really? It's already gone. So okay, before closing here, I like to connect our energy to healing konki, root energy, continuous dedication. discipline. This is something that I wish to develop, that skill or mindset when I was a child. I was grown up with parents who's allow me to be so free, so I was going everywhere, like unfinished project everywhere, and then it's so not so much discipline, So the homework during the summer vacation, it's tons of piles of assignment, and then right before the school start, got to do everything at the overnight kind of, so it's like a discipline to build little by little to accomplish something. And when we want to achieve some complex goal, let's say like a language, or to build something, architect, and pieces in pieces to combine with the continuous dedication to build for a very complex creation. And nowadays we're living in a very complex society, so even to simple dedication to continuously doing it to develop that skill is really useful. And then that skill is really make our life more happier, enjoyable, easier once it becomes our mindset to get going. And until building that good nature and encouraging this konki. And the secret is to enjoy the journey when we continuously dedicate to what we like to experience on the path. So let us heal that energy, that reminding ourselves that we all need to dedicate one by one, and this is our gift as a human life on earth. And if it happens magically immediately, and then no need to live life like this, and this is a precious moment, and we have a power to convert that dedication associated with joy. So invite in some joy and happy, and finding with the flexibility to have fun, enjoy the process of dedicating, even that path becomes stiff, and then to find a way to stop at a moment and smell the roses around, or to connect something around, to rejuvenating ourselves to back into a more enjoyable being to the next step forward. So let us connect our energy by synchronizing our breath, in taking all the air energy from the nose, by reminding we are all connected under one sky and feed on Mother Earth, and counting 3 to intaking all the fresh air energy into our body, and then circulate it and to expressing as one energy, and heal this continuous energy for our life dedication. Patiently, continuously, one by one, together, to create more joy, invite into our life path. Ready? Let us take a long, deep breath now. 2, 3, and exhale. Feel good. So every Wednesday, actually last week I took off Wednesday wellness Wisdom Wednesday that I came back here. I'm so grateful for to be able to back here and then connect with you live. Mel, thank you for your presence. I truly appreciate for supporting me and allowing me in your experience. And also the previewer, thank you for sharing the heart and little tweet, leaving sum up and every connection that I can make with you here. And I feel very connected when I notice that you leave the heart and little tweet. And I'm going to post this link to the Twitter at the thread, so then maybe continuously watch replay if you like. So well, thank you, Mel. You have a wonderful evening, and we expect a new moon this week, actually tomorrow night. So we may want to connect tomorrow night or the day after Friday. I feel the energy is shifting. It's more calming around me and within me. It's more peace. And the waves are kind of more mild, smoother. So it's perfect to reflect and refreshing our intention for this new moon. And see the out for the upcoming cycle. All right, thank you so much. You have a wonderful night and day, and I see you when I see you. Thank you. Bye. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed me on Twitter or YouTube, Twitch, please subscribe and follow me. Be really appreciate. Okay, bye. Unable to close here. Okay. Boo.